interesting, and Diana rounds it out. So, looking at these two team comps, which one do you prefer, Mr. Gardevoir?
I'm seeing one team that's got hard dive, and then the enemy team that has only like one counter option, which is the tidal wave. Okay. So this will end up being a more traditional Misfortune build here.
Are we going to see any level 1 shenanigans? Do you think either of these teams are going to look for a group?
Echo W level 1 is a very scary ability because you're taking that regardless of whether or not you're invading or not as a jungler. But it does look like it's just going to be a standard 5-point hit for both teams.
Yeah, it is looking like it. The playback bot lane going to be grouped in the Tribush together before MDib going to go drop a ward, potentially.
Yeah, we might actually end up seeing Yusuf and Hawksbill go a little bit further. Yeah, that's the case. They're going to use the Echo Jump parallel convergence just to make a bit of space so they can get the wards down safely. And yeah, that's just pretty much perfect vision on that topside jungle now for entirely free. So yeah, that's going to be playback knowing exactly what's going to be going on here while Curse Tides will be in the dark.
Yeah, going to be some important knowledge there. Start up the tracking of Yuna, and just keep the lanes a little bit safer in this early game. Looks like both junglers going to be pathing down towards their bot lanes to start with.
Yeah, it's at least from Diana, I'd expect to see a full clear, but we might see something from Echo potentially looking at a level 3 gank, or just as well end up being a full clear. Again, they're going to know exactly what path his Diana's taking in this game here. And it does look like it's not going to be a full clear here from Diana. She's going to go straight onto the Raptors.
Yeah, is spotted out on the ward though, so playback very, very aware. Nice little trade there from MDib in the bot lane, chipping away at Feb. Does the Ashe Nami have priority in this lane?
I mean, I'd say at least early on, because of the fact that Nami is healing whereas Lulioni is shielding, they will win out in these early trades, although I'd say the scary thing here is going to be... Actually, I don't know enough about bot lane, to be honest. I would say Nami Ashe should be winning this early game.
I mean, and it certainly does look like it. It's a big stacked wave for playback.
Yeah. Does look like we might end up seeing the... It's going to be 5 counts down here, probably then looking into something bot lane. We do see Hawksbill still full clearing. Again, behind Diana in pace, but that's not exactly surprising because that champ does a lot of damage to jungle camps for no reason.
Yeah, and has the AoE auto attack every like 3rd auto or something, right?
Yeah.
And we see the two meatballs just slapping each other in the face, getting their Grosspill and dying procs. Not a lot else really happening up there. As much as directed camera may think that it is interesting, is genuinely just two wet noodles slapping each other.
I don't know, we've just seen one of the tanks fall below 200 HP.
Oh, it's gonna die, the other tank's gonna kill them. No.
I promise the Dr. Mundo regen isn't gonna make them both be full HP by the time we get up there from the next fight.
Look, they're both like 400 HP again.
But we do see a gank actually coming out here in the mid lane.
Yeah,
potentially.
Gonna look here. Wibbly goes for the knockup, but it is dodged away. Nicely done with the shuriken flip.
It does look like actually Hawksbill's going to get double scored here, though. He's going to look for the bot lane gank. The parallel convergence zoning off does manage to stun Velvety.
Nice flash though from Feb, going to keep him alive. Velvet takes a little bit of damage, but can just walk it out. 3 summoners burned in the bot lane though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Important thing is 3 summoners for the price of 0, although it does end up meaning that Hawksbill loses out on either Scuttle there, and that will be just not quite enough time there for that Grump to respawn and get taken as well, but it is deep vision still, so they will know that the Echo's going to be back there again.
Yeah. Cool. It's not going to be a lethal trade in the mid lane. Wibbly just looking for a little bit more poke, amplifying more of that damage. And we see actually Yusuf in the top lane still with a very good HP advantage over the Mundo. I guess to be expected with Malphite Q. But able to keep Hikes poked down is going to be a good thing in the long run.
Say keep him poked down, he's gained 300 HP the last time we panned top lane.
Hey, look, it's a Mundo on half health, man. What do you want from me here? That champion on anything less than 80% is a good thing. It's not like either of these tanks are going to kill each other. Come on. Like, gotta get excited about something.
Surely they'll go for an all-in. Surely.
The directed camera pans us up there enough when they start slapping each other because it thinks, oh, there's a fight going on. It's not like anyone's ever going to die.
Does look like we might see the dragon being prepared here, judging by the fact that skipped the raptors there while his bot lane are shoving out that wave, so we might just see the early dragon taken. Yeah, Wibbly's moving down as well, so they're definitely planning something on this bot side of the map.
Hawksbill in the area though might look for a gank on towards the bot lane, and Vin's going to step forward, has the frost shot, parallel convergence goes down, but it's going to go wide, and now we see the volleys flying through. It's going to be first blood for the Echo. Actually, Vin's flashing away, dies to the minions. Velvet answers 1 for 1. The Diana diving forward now onto MDib. Sushi on the menu for Yuna. That one's going to be picked up, and it looks like the fight's going to continue. Akali finds one lane, unstoppable force from Yusuf, going to find Wibbly. Diving away with that ultimate though, but the Akali follows through. Yuna picks up another. Can he get himself away? Probably not with the slows. Yusuf going to be donated a kill. Is he going to survive the tower damage though? Just.
Rock solid. And
what's that? 4 for 3?
Yeah, 4 for 3. Which, that was a really good TP there from Yusuf. Which... the unfortunate timing of all of that is Hikes had just backed and teleported top right as that fight broke out. So Yusuf got to teleport bot and basically win that fight by being there. Meanwhile, all Hikes is going to have to show for it is one plate, which isn't going to quite show up when Malphite rocks up with 600 extra gold from kills alone.
Hey, it's not just one plate. It's one plate and a level advantage. Don't put him down too far, man. It all adds up.
But yeah, that was... Again, both teams just kind of arrived in the bot lane. I'm assuming, looking at that movement prior, that they were looking to try and set up that dragon there for the side of Cursed Tides. But yeah, with the gank there from Hawksbill, it kind of threw up all the timings, and they got caught out one by one.
Thrown down. Big damage onto the Ashe. Ashe only level 4 to the level 6 of the Misfortune. Feb looking to push that advantage as much as possible.
Do see Yuna here actually positioned for a lane gank as well, top.
Yeah, I fell foul of one of these Yuna lane ganks all the way back in week 1. Looks like Yusuf might be about to do the same as the Crescent Slash goes wide.
Yeah, and if that Crescent Slash connect, that probably would have been the kill, as the Unstoppable Force just barely off cooldown there. It's back up now, so any further attempts probably aren't going to land in success.
I mean, take the small win. If you can force the Malphite ult to be used defensively, it's better than him dropping it on your Misfortune's head.
I mean, the unfortunate case for that is, yeah, as we can see with PlayBack just being on that dragon right now, they concede it for free by letting them know where Dana is.
Oh, the Yona gonna go wide though. Wibbly diving forward, does have the soul unbound to snap him back. The Yona dive forward, the moonfall finds onto 2, but he's on his own and is taken down by the Echo. Wibbly running away on the side, and the Cursed Tides bot lane not able to do a lot.
Yeah, and it's 9 minutes into the game, they're already 1k gold and a dragon down, which ain't looking too hot, because again, with this dive comp they've got, they need to stay ahead, otherwise... Oh, scratch the pot. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
big slow from the Make It Rain keeps Hawksbill away.
Oh, Kesm playing with fire, but he's going to take the reset here, just teleport back to his lane.
Yep.
But yeah, if they're falling behind on this, dive and all-in comp, they're going to really struggle to confirm kills in the later on this game. Oh, they both just stood in the bush.
Yeah, the bullet time going to come through with the Make It Rain. There's not quite enough on it to take down Vin's. Tidal Wave used a little bit unnecessarily there.
I mean, it's better safe than sorry, and it's not the longest cooldown in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
they are going to find a re-engage. Arrow is going to find Velvet. The Wild Growth, though, comes through, knocking up the Echo. It's not going to make too much of a difference as the Polymorph does land. They're trying to kite back, buying time for the Diana Junna in the area, but Hawksbill finds one, snaps back, and now it is retreat for everyone. Yuna, not able to find anyone, finds Vins with the Crescent Slash, though, answers it back. 1-for-1 support for AD carry.
Still ends up, at least in terms of raw gold value from the kills, end up being slightly more value there for the side of...
Kesem looks for the 1v1 with Junna, is going to miss the Shuriken, and that's going to be that.
Because we missed the Shuriken, straight back to top lane.
Yeah, back to the wet noodle fight, everyone. This is... We're back to the island. Oh, diving forward, Yusuf. Unstoppable Force into hikes, pops the sadism, though, and the health regen on the Mundo really coming in clutch. Grasp of the Undying doing a lot of work, and neither top laner dies. Oh, Wiggly diving forward, trying to find a kill under the tower. Cannot quite assassinate the Ashe. MDib arriving just at the nick of time. All Vins has to become a big flash away under the tower. Vins finds the solo, well, not solo kill, but turns it around onto Wiggly. Yuna now under fire. His mid laner is dead. It's a 4 versus 1, and Junna finds one, potentially getting himself away, but no, the red buff from Hawksbill will finish that one off.
Yeah, and it's really starting to look like, you know, this narrative about playback being broken, maybe that's the real narrative here. As we see Hawksbill coming top, is it going to be another collected kill? Yeah,
potentially. Parallel Convergence lands, slow comes through, flash away from hikes will keep him alive.
Unfortunately, yeah, just that CC negation isn't going to let him pick up that kill there because the Parallel Convergence lands, but Mundo does not care.
Yeah, Mundo definitely goes where he pleases, and he just chose not to die today. 0-0-0 scoreline for hikes, obviously not joining the big bot lane fight from the teleport, having used it to get back to lane. And no action in a tank v tank 1v1. Bullet time, half the damage is just healed away there by MDib. So, a little bit more scaling required from Feb.
Yes, again, they did it the first time, almost got that kill on Vins, but I think they're starting to play a bit smarter around it and you know, if the bot lane's not showing up, just don't go in. We do, however, actually see Wibbly moving down for the roam, decides to call it off there.
Would have been spotted out on the ward. Hawksbill also spotted out on a ward. So no action anywhere. Except for maybe the mid lane where Jonah's going to dive in, does have the moon. Yon is going to go wide with the ultimate for Kesem. Still under fire, flipping away with the shurikens, goes back in. And nearly falls to Junna, but just about keeps himself alive.
And yeah, because of that distraction in the mid lane, it does end up meaning Hawksbill's just going to pick up this herald for free.
But a lot
say
of
for free, they're going to
being funneled into the Yone.
But like this Yone's main spike.
Oh, Hawksbill does have to snap back with a Chrono Shift. Unstoppable Force from Yusuf, but he will find one. Trying to give the kill over to his jungler, and Hawksbill going to pick one up. Yusuf now running away. Diana diving forward, shuts down the Malphite, and who wins the 1v1? It looks like it's Junna, and he dodges the snap back from the Echo Q.
I think an important thing in that fight there is, you know, as Yusuf has just said, managed to dodge the Unstoppable Force there with the Soul there. I can't even remember what that ability's called. Soul Unbound, yep. Thank you, voice. But because of that, it means like Wibbly's able to stay alive for barely enough time to just allow that trade to win. Oh my!
Yeah, big chunk there onto MDiv as Wibbly diving forward now onto Kesem as well. You have to imagine if there is a way back into this game for Cursed Tides, it's going to come through Yuna. Cursed Tides actually in the gold lead as it stands, but 6 kills onto this Diana. It is all going to be about Yuna if they are going to win this game, as Hawksbill diving onto Wibbly again. Soul Unbound comes through a decent chunk onto the Yone, but Dragon is on the cards here for Cursed Tides.
Yeah, and they do have the positioning this time, which, again, they don't really have, without the Malphite, don't have a good way to force themselves onto the Dragon, but it does look like they are going to opt to leave it, at least for the time being, just because of the fact there was vision.
Malphite is roaming down, and with Wibbly opting into that fight in the mid lane, it could have been dangerous, but no, all of the focus is on the Dragon, but Yusuf, not quite with the team yet, doesn't actually have the Unstoppable Force available yet. So Dragon probably going to go over to Cursed Tides here, but will there be a fight afterwards? Hawksbill flashing into the pit, not going to be able to find the secure. That one's picked up by Velvet though. Massive damage coming through from Wibbly diving into the backline. Not anyone too quick or yet, but 2 quick kills for the Cursed Tides. Kezem answers back with 1, but the bullet time raining down hell. Yusuf, Unstoppable Force on to the Diana to shut that one down. Can they go any further forward? No. It's going to be 3 for 2 and a Dragon in favor of Cursed Tides.
Ends up, in terms of just raw gold handed between teams, actually equal just because of that shutdown that Yuna had there. But again, it's losing out on that Drake, which for the Cloud one, the better rotations, and actually quite a good Drake to have against Ashe just because of the slow resistance.
Yeah, definitely. But speaking about that shutdown, it probably went to the worst champion on the side of PlayBack. Malphite doesn't really need that gold injection.
Yeah, especially when pressing E on that Diana greatly handicaps her. Yeah, why do attack speed slows exist? It makes the game feel so clunky, but
you don't need items to be able to press E on a Diana as a Malphite.
I don't know about that. Need all the gold. But it's... The Malphite could be scary if it wasn't for the fact that he's built an armor item, he's building a second armor item,
and he has armor boots. And now Vinz is about to be taken down by the Cursed Tides bot lane. No, teleport coming in though from Yusuf. They're actually going to look to turn this big bubble, finds the double knock-up. Feb flashing forward with the Wild Growth is going to find one Unstoppable Force onto the Misfortune, and it will be an answer back. MDid picking that one up, but Diana is in the area. Yuna going to continue his reign of terror on the Rift. 8 and 4 for the Diana, looking to make it 9. Hikes diving forward, trying to make the dive possible. But under the tower, with how tanky the Malphite is, it's going to be tough. Wibbly diving in. Massive damage onto the 2. Hawksbill gonna have to use the Chrono Shift there. Will keep himself alive. Will find the kill. Tower in the bot lane is taken. Rift Herald got the charge off in mid, and that tower should also fall. But the play slightly in favor of Cursed Tides.
Yeah, this is that Bloodthirst was on about. All
Yusuf gonna be the only one. Has no magic resist, remember, this Malphite, so, you know, cutting through him like a knife through butter. Not really a rock there, more, yeah, just a stick of butter in the form of a Malphite. They need to make that a skin, actually. How funny would that be?
They need to give that champion an ASU first before they do anything else, I think.
Or can we get, like, Snowman Malphite? Like, just give me something like that. I don't know. I just really want, like, a goofy Malphite skin that's not Shamrock, because that skin is disgusting.
Hey, Obsidian exists. But yeah, even though the... God, I'm terrible at remembering which team is which. Even though PlayBack did have that early lead, it has dissipated, and again, it's 1,500 gold lead now for the side of Cursed Tides. And this Yuna on the Diana is just proving extremely impressive right now.
Almost feels like we're watching a tennis match with how much this is going back and forth. Like you say, Yuna, the big driving force here for Cursed Tides. But for PlayBack, the gold a lot more spread out. Hawksbill going to look for hikes here. I don't expect the Echo to do too much, and rightly doesn't.
Interesting to note that the Medjay's has been picked up here.
Yeah, with a game with this much action, I don't know how wise that is, but they are going to dive onto Hikes. Unstoppable Force going to just be blocked off, but Yuna now with the Moonfall, not going to be able to find anything other than the Malphite, but Hawksbill on the back line can't answer it. Velvet lives on a sliver, the shield just enough, and now Wibbly coming in on the flank, does have the Soul Unbound, will be diving forward, but he's not going to find the kill. Will do, never mind, snaps back and away to safety, and now it's Hikes looking to block away as the slows come through from Feb. Everyone going to be able to get out, but no, Kesem once more on this, finds one, finds two, into the Shroud. Can they continue to push forward? Hike's going to be knocked off from his CC immunity, and after all of that, I think we have a 2-for-2.
After all of that, we watch Akali commit a hate crime against an AD carry. But yeah, we are going to see here Cursed Tides just sneaking the Baron. Because, again, Diana and her absurd damage. And PlayBack are none the wiser here. They think they've just gone for a reset. But yeah, Baron is gone the moment it spawned.
Yeah, the Baron dies as the Hawk shot arrives, which has got to be pretty depressing for PlayBack. But they are going to get themselves a dragon, at least. That's something, right? One Infernal Drake. They're surely going to be able to kill the Mundo now.
Interesting that there isn't actually any anti-heal bought yet. Talking about a Mundo.
Well, hopefully soon.
Although, I was going to say, at the same time, he's not really much of a threat right now, as there are much more pressing issues.
Like, what do you mean? Pressing issues? It's not like there's an 8 and 4 Diana on their team or anything.
No, never. But yeah, Medjai's pretty immediately broken there in that fight as well.
I do see another Dark Steel.
Yeah, say, Kesem having a good game right now. Again, we saw what just happened in that team fight there, the clean up. Cleaned up the 100% health AD carry.
Yeah, can't be letting any of them walk around, man. Come on, you should know this by now.
Yeah, he is very strong right now. Interesting to see that he has picked up the Void Staff since their 180 threat isn't doing too good right now. So again, we saw Hexdringer come out first item from Webby. I can only imagine there's more MR coming.
Yeah, but Hike's going to be under threat, dealing a lot of damage to Ended in return. The arrow comes through, but it's eaten up by the Mundo. Yuna going golden under the tower, chunked incredibly low. Here comes the bullet time, trying to keep his jungler alive, but not going to be able to. Big Unstoppable finds 3, and Yusuf now in the backline with an Akali, and the AD carry instantly deleted. Wibbly doing what he can, but it's not going to be enough. 4 kills picked up for PlayBack in the top lane.
Yeah, 4 for 2, and the team that won was the one that didn't have the Baron there. And okay, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, I do hear a lot of people say when you have Baron buff, you just go 1-3-1. You don't want a team fight, and I guess we just saw that there, maybe.
I mean, I think what happened there was Hikes and Yuna going a bit too deep without the rest of their team, and they all kind of pulled in to try and save them, and it just put them all in an unfavourable position there.
Yeah. And had they had the safety of the bullet time or the Yone sooner, maybe it looks completely different. But when Yuna and Hikes are diving a top lane tier 2 tower into 4 people, because remember, Kesem wasn't there at the start of that fight either. It's not going to go well when you're diving into a Enchanted Crystal Arrow and a Tidal Wave.
But again, just now we've got the 1-3-1 happening, perhaps slightly too late. Might potentially see Wibbly getting caught out here, as he is quite far up without the rest of his team being on the map. However, just opted to walk out.
Yeah, is the sensible thing to do. Hawksbill and MDib both lurking in the topside jungle. And support's being shown some love in this game. MDib being given the blue buffs by his jungler. Obviously, buff sharing is an interesting mechanic, but MDib the beneficiary today.
I'd say there isn't Carly doesn't mind the blue buff, but I don't think they really have any other good users of it outside of that. So yeah, giving it over to MDiv here in this situation makes a lot of sense. It'll probably end up being the same situation here for the Cursed Tides as well, as again, Mundo Yon definitely do not care about it, and Right Click Misfortune shouldn't either.
I mean, surely by giving the blue buff to MDib, you're actually just giving it to Junna, because the Diana is just going to one-shot that backline every time if she gets the chance.
I mean, if she gets the chance, but again, she had the chance last fight and you saw what happened. Ended up, too far down the creek without a paddle and just ends up stuck under a tower, has the Zonyas, manages to pick someone up, but baits the entire team in the process.
Okay.
But yeah, both teams gearing up here for that Drake in 30 seconds.
Ooh, and a big arrow going to find the Yone. Flash Unstoppable Force as well, and Hawksbill picking up another. Both of these junglers really leading the charge for their team, as Kesem going to be caught out, but dives into the Shroud, does have the dash away. Tidal Wave goes wide, and Feb chunked low. He didn't manage to get himself deleted just yet, as Kesem trying to find his way out. Going to go back onto Feb with the Blast Cone, but it's not going to be enough. Hawksbill cleaning up the kill as he's going to snap back with the Chrono Shift Velvet. Going to fall. The Echo on a double. Looking to make it a triple onto the Diana. Can he find Hikes? It is the only man left standing. Hawksbill going to close out the team fight with a Quadra. And I guess that's an unofficial Penta.
Yeah, it's an unofficial. Yeah, unofficial Penta there, and yeah, the Magi's from 2 to 22. The purchase has been justified.
Yeah, that is kind of the coin flip that you play when you have a Medjai's in your inventory, I guess. Sometimes it goes badly and you go down for 2 stacks, but then you get a team fight like that. You're looking at a 22 stack Medjai's Echo with a death cap. Safe to say he probably does quite a lot of damage.
I'd say probably is an understatement. Because again, Echo is got some of the best AP scalings in the game.
Oh, he's going to dive forward here, looking for Velvet, and Feb does have the Chrono Shift, takes himself away.
Commits the 0 commitment tool, manages to get an exhaust for, a 90-second cooldown.
Yeah, I hate Echo Ultimate. It's the most stupid ability in the game, personally.
Okay. Dustblade. I say Dustblade, that's not an ability. Oh, we're going to see the flank coming out here from Cursed Tides.
MDib, the arrow, going to slow down the Yone, but MDib just one-shot Hawksbill, limping away as Yusuf now in the backline, trying to do what he can into 4. Vins picks up 1. Can they keep it going? Going to find 1 on to Feb, and all of the dominoes start to fall for Cursed Tides. Hawksbill now running forward. Ridley with the knock-up, though. Going to look to turn something back around, and will pick up Yusuf. These are tempo stacked, but it's not enough, and Kesem picks him off. Hikes trying to find 1 and will, but not before he falls to Kesem. Is that 5 for 4 with Kesem being the only survivor?
Yeah, and that does end up being, the Medjai is broken, put back down to 17, but it is also a 1,000 shutdown collected there by Hikes at the tail end of that fight. So it does end up being beneficial here for the side of Cursed Tides.
Yeah, and I guess neither team want to win these fights decisively enough to win the game.
But yeah, the unfortunate thing there is, they got that flank, but then the Ash Arrow just, stopped one of them from being able to fully commit to that dive. We didn't even see the Tidal Wave get thrown out there.
No.
Which could have spelled even more disruption.
But Baron, now alive and kicking. Both teams probably going to be turning their attention over to that one dragon, not for another 2.5 minutes. So that is the neutral objective of choice.
Something didn't mention is that, that dragon is actually soul point there as well for the side of PlayBack. So they at least, both teams have to contest it.
Yeah, and that is going to make, if they are to pick up the Infernal Soul, because it's not a guarantee, but if they are to secure that one for themselves, the Akali and the Echo burst it goes from doing 100% of an AD carry's health bar to doing like 130% of an AD carry's health bar, which at that point negates the wild growth.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, this Echo and Akali are just... Feels like we should be seeing more and more than just, you know, one Force of Nature and one more.
Yeah, you'd have thought we'd at least be seeing some like Merc Treads or something as Hawksbill diving forward, not finding Yuna though. Hikes. Misses the briefcase. Doesn't need the money out of that one.
Because like...
Oh no, go on.
I know, again, it's a bit rough to slot with right click MF build. Baron does get sorted up, but a Maw would just be life-saving right now.
Yeah. 100%. Gonna look for a potential steal hit onto this Baron. Does tag the Crescent Sweep as the team fight is going to ensue. Wibbly diving forward with the Solemn Bound has found the Nami, and Baron stolen away by Yuna. Hawksbill going to take him out though, one-shotting the Diana as the misfortune going to fall as well to Yusuf. Baron may be claimed, but the team fight going to go the way of Playback 4-1 for the blue side.
And yeah, that should be the entirety of this mid lane here just completely destroyed and opened up, and then in addition, it should just be the free setup they need to take Soul.
Yeah,
so, you know...
You would think so.
While they do end up losing the Baron there, it doesn't really mean anything, because again, that cleanup.
Yeah, well, I mean, one Baron buff is still remaining on Wibbly. Are they going to look to push for the end here?
It does look like they're trying to look for the end. The issue is, yeah, that minion wave, just with that one Baron buff, is going to be getting in the way of them, so yeah, it's going to be backing off and, yeah, and being at this Drake more than early enough to make sure that they can't even contest it.
Yeah, going to be starting that one up pretty much on spawn. Hawkshot goes out, does give an idea of the positioning of the members of Cursed Tides. The Shirelli is actually going to be popped. They might not get here for the objective, but they could look to force a fight on the backside. There is no spent gold here on the side of Playback, and it's going to be one shot onto Vince. Hawksbill pops the... Oh my god, the damage with the Chrono Shift is
pops
massive.
the Diana.
Yeah, pops the Diana, and now they're going to dive back forward. A big knock-up from Yusuf, nets 2 kills. Kesem, the beneficiary. Wibbly and Hikes, the solo laners, the last bastion for Cursed Tides. The last hope,
yeah.
And they will fall. It's an ace for Playback, and they are going to be taking this game.
And yeah, what was a very back and forth game for most of the running just ends up with Echo randomly picking up a unofficial pentakill.
Yeah.
And a very fed Akali just rolling everyone.
All I would like to say is both of these AD carries got to play the game. They got to have a fun and intuitive League of Legends experience. I'm sure the voice would agree.